Yes, I do like watching two men kiss. It's a little cleansing, some Palo Santo and a love spray. Hopefully that doesn't get on my camera. Welcome back, my little eunoias. I have a little honey milk right here. In today's videos, I'm going to talk about all my favorite gay movies or MLM media, some TV shows, mostly movies that I just really love and I feel like everyone should watch if they love gay movies. Two men kissing, the romance. It's really the romance. It's not even just about them kissing or the spicy scenes. It's really about the romance, the tension, the yearning. That's what we come here for, and that's what you're gonna get. I'm a slow burn lover, so most of these are slow burns, but there's some spice, there's some comedy, there's a little bit of for everyone who loves this genre. And if you get me the way I get you right now, please like, comment, subscribe, because I'm glad I don't feel alone in this, and I'm glad people understand me and get where I'm coming from. So we're gonna take a little sip and I'm gonna tell you my top 10 favorite little gay medias, and I hope you guys enjoy. Coming off, number 10 is Los Fuertes, or The Strong Ones.
It is a Chilean romantic drama about an intense, passionate love affair between Lucas, an architect visiting his sister, and Antonio, a local fisherman, set against the stunning, rugged landscapes of southern Chile, exploring themes of freedom, self-definition, and resilience as they find connection despite different paths in life.
I feel like the vibe is very gloomy, romantic drama, a little bit of spice. When I was watching this, it was like really comfy, and there's some intimate, spicy scenes with this one, and I really loved kind of the aesthetics of it. I really loved how scenic this one was. It's not all serious, like it's fun vibes, you know, like intimate, you know, falling in love and type beat, but then kind of going to that moment is really tender. From all the intimate moments they have, it's like, what is this? 7.5 out of 10. Would watch it. It's not the most stimulating movie, but it's a movie that I could watch. I'm like, I didn't regret watching this, and I enjoyed it. You can watch this movie for free on Tubi, Roku channel, Fandango, and Plex. I got you, girl. On number 9 is Moonlight.
It is a critically acclaimed coming-of-age drama following the life of Chiron, a young black man growing up poor in a tough Miami neighborhood. As he grapples with his identity, sexuality, and place in the world across 3 distinct periods of his life: childhood, adolescence, and adulthood.
Honestly, this movie is like identity, social justice issues, very much culture, and you really feel for him throughout the whole movie. It's really emotional and a heart tear because you just want the best for this kid. It kind of gives you like a look into the reality of a lot of black men, especially if you grow up in poverty or in a marginalized area. Like, it shows you the things you have to go through, masculinity, toxic masculinity, needing to do what you need to do. I wouldn't say it's much of a romance, even though a small romance does happen between him and his friend, and not even on like the plot. Like, the whole structure of the movie is good quality. Like, the cinematography, the way they set designed and had these emotional points throughout the movie just carries. So I would rate this movie an 8 out of 10. It is on the heavier side, but I think it's something that everyone should watch, like a cult classic. You can watch it on HBO Max, and then other subscriptions have add-ons, but if you can't, just buy it on YouTube. On number 8 of my list is Call Me By Your Name.
Call Me By Your Name is a 2017 coming-of-age film in northern Italy, summer 1983. It is about 17-year-old Elio's transformative first love with Oliver, a charismatic 24-year-old American intern for Elio's professor father. It explores themes of first love, desire, self-discovery, and the fleeting nature of intense summer romance.
Call Me By Your Name is a gateway movie. It's what got you into gay movies.
You got me.
You watch Call Me By Your Name and now you like everything, huh? Or is that just me? Nah. I know that's not me. Comment below if that's you too. It's just a very scenic, nostalgic indie movie. What got me for this movie is the scenicness, because I love nature and I just love movies that really put you into another world, especially with Luca Guadagnino. He really puts you in another world. Call Me By Your Name, I give it an 8 out of 10. I loved the intimacy. You really got into the intimate moments and you saw the vulnerability that Elio had with his kind of first male crush and coming to terms with identity and coming to terms with who he is. If you want to watch this, you can watch it on HBO Max, but a lot of the other subscriptions have an add-on, so I would just buy it on YouTube. Girl, just be real. For number 7, I have Fire Island.
It is set in 2022, and it is a queer romantic comedy inspired by Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. We follow along best friends Noah and Howie and their eclectic group on their annual week-long vacation to the iconic New York resort island, Fire Island. It navigates love, friendship, classism, and romance with a cheap rosé and drama, exploring modern gay experiences and connection.
Fire Island is a fun movie, and I feel like with gay movies, like they're so not fun. Sometimes they're so like homophobia, death, so dying from homophobia, sadness. And I think, yes, it is important to highlight the issues within the queer community, but sometimes a baddie just needs to pick me up. Like, why can't gay movies be happy? Gay literally means happy. Like, tell me what?
Be who you are for your pride.
This movie is just a fun movie. It's like girls trip vibe, rom-com, fun. Fire Island, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's written well, and if you want to feel a little bit of joy, you want to get a little bit of a laugh, get a little bit of a romance, get a little bit of, you know, something you can just watch and not feel sad about, this movie is right here. If you want to watch it, you can watch this on Hulu or Disney Plus. For number 6, it is God's Own Country.
God's Own Country is a 2017 film that centers around a raw romantic drama about a withdrawn young sheep farmer, Johnny, in Yorkshire Dales, whose isolated life of binge drinking and casual sex is upended by the arrival of Jorge, a Romanian migrant hired for lambing season. This leads to a passionate and transformative affair that explores love, vulnerability, and belonging in a harsh landscape.
Honestly, this movie is like Brokeback Mountain, except I actually liked it.
You need to leave.
I'm sorry, I know people love Brokeback Mountain. Brokeback Mountain is not my cup of tea because I don't like cheating tropes like that. But I would say that she had to walk for everything else to run. So I'm not gonna clock its tea, okay? Honestly, the scenes in this movie is very spicy, very, girl, you will see the parts. God's Own Country, I give it an 8 out of 10. You see the intimacy and them kind of being raw with each other and vulnerable with each other and kind of falling in love with each other. You can get this movie for free on Tubi, Pluto TV, the Roku channel. We love free movies, especially queer movies. Tubi has a lot of great selections too. Coming in at number 5 is The Way He Looks.
Also known as Oje e Quero Voltar Sozinho. It is a heartwarming 2014 Brazilian coming-of-age film about a blind teenage boy named Leonardo who seeks independence from his overprotective parents and explores his sexuality when a new student, Gabriel, arrives, disrupting his close friendship with his best friend Giovanna and blossoming into a tender first love story.
Basically about Leonardo, a blind student, and him kind of coming to terms with his identity. I feel like a lot of gay movies are about identity, which sexuality is so tied to that, so it makes so much sense. This movie is really sweet and it's loving and it's cute and it's about kind of confronting your feelings a little bit. The Way He Looks, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's honestly just a good romance movie that shows a tender love. If you want to watch this movie, sometimes YouTube has this thing where you can get a subscription on Mubi and you can watch free movies for a trial, but I don't know if they have that for free anymore. But if you want to, just watch on YouTube. I would recommend to pay for this, honestly. Like, this is a movie I would pay for. It's like $4 to rent. Like, girl, is worth it. Coming in at number 4 is The Summer of 85, or Été 85.
Also known as Été 85, is a French coming-of-age drama about a passionate, fleeting summer romance between two teenage boys, Alexis and David, in Normandy, France in 1985, exploring first love, identity, and heartbreak through a nostalgic, sometimes dark lens framed by a narrative involving a court case after the summer ends.
Bro, this movie got me messed up. The movie starts off with telling you this is what's gonna happen, girl. This is what's gonna happen. You already know what's gonna happen, but you still somehow convince yourself it's not gonna happen. I'm just like, damn. People have referenced that it's like a Call Me By Your Name Part 2, but honestly, Call Me By Your Name is more slow burn, and this movie is more, I feel like it has more motion in it, more action, versus Call Me By Your Name is really like slow. Like, not even like the romance is slow, but like everything else is slow in Call Me By Your Name. The Summer of 85, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's a friends to lovers trope, and you see kind of their romance develop, but it's like at the same time, you really see the issues within the characters, and it's a lot of character reflection, especially on Alexis' side, because he's our protagonist. He's the one narrating everything, and you see a reflection on David from Alexis, if if that makes sense. To watch this movie, you can watch it for free on Tubi, Fandango, and Plex. Coming in at number 3 is The Astronaut Lover, or Los Amantes Astronautas. I probably butchered that, but that's fine.
Made in 2024, it is an Argentinian-Spanish queer romance about two childhood friends, Pedro, who is gay, and Maxi, who is straight. These friends reunite on vacation and pretend to be a couple to make Maxi's ex jealous, leading to undeniable sexual tension and a slow burn exploration of identity, desire, and self-discovery, featuring witty dialogue and intimate romance.
This whole movie, it feels like the tension is this thick. Cause tell me why. Oh my god, I was on all 10 of my toes this whole time, like trying to be like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Like they were saying some crazy things. I'm like, if that was said to me, if that was it, if I could describe it, it would be like, you know, in high school how guys would pretend to be gay with each other. Imagine that, but they were actually gay for each other. I would rate this movie a 9 out of 10. I just love the tension. I love a slow burn, and it kind of just, it keeps you enthralled the whole time, and I love that. Like, I always wonder, like, if two guys with each other, I'm like, are they best friends or are they lovers? And I'm here for both. I'm here for both, girl. If you want to watch this movie, you have to buy it. I would say rent it on YouTube. It's worth it. It's worth the rent, girl. Coming in at number 2 is Queer as Folk.
Queer as Folk is a drama series, originally British, then famously adapted for American TV on Showtime, that talks about the lives, loves, and struggles of a close-knit group of gay men and their friends in Pittsburgh, focusing on romance, careers, and confronting challenges like HIV, AIDS, hate crime, and discrimination, while also exploring queer culture and identity with humor and emotion.
I love this TV show. It is an American adaptation of a British TV show, and it just has colorful characters. This movie's in the 2000s, so I feel like a lot of the topics were not only freaking serious, like they were talking about like some serious topics that actually happen within the gay community, but I feel like it's more genuine in the ways it is. And I love the realness of this TV show. Like, I feel like, yeah, it might be a dramatization, but I also feel like this TV show, it's of its time and it's real to that, and you feel the genuineness. Like, this is a TV show you can literally binge. It can be heavy at times. It can be really heavy, and I get kind of depressed watching it sometimes, but it's still it's a great TV show. The way they did the plots, the characters, chef's kiss. Basically, we follow this kind of gay friend group. There's different romances within the friend group. It goes on and off. You know how TV shows be, but at the heart of it, at the core of it, is the friendships and the connections they have with each other. How despite all the drama that be happening throughout this TV show, they be sticking together, they be uniting for each other. You just feel so connected with the connections of these characters. There are some really spicy, intimate scenes here, so if you want some spice, girl, go. But there's also really spicy, traumatic scenes there, so you know, take it how it is. Would give it a 10 out of 10 though. It's spicy, it's loving, it's cute. Before I say this next mention, this TV show had to walk for this next TV show to run. I said what I said. This was one of the first kind of queer shows to come out that represented lots of the gay community. Period. Coming in at number 1, my favorite queer gay media right now is Heated Rivalry!
It is about two closeted hockey stars, Shane Hollander and Ilya Rosanov, whose on-ice animosity hides a secret long-term love affair.
I love Heated Rivalry. Yes, I do like watching two men kiss, but mostly I love the tender, loving romance between Ilya and Shane, okay? I feel like I'm getting so defensive because I have to explain myself so much. I like the spice, but I also love how the spice evolves. Like, there's different types of scenes, different types of ways, you know, they can be spicy. And at the same time, we see how their love evolves. Not only how they're getting more intimate in different ways throughout this series, but you see kind of how they change as people over time. Like, this 10-year situationship evolved between Ilya and Shane. And Hudson Williams, who plays Shane, said this quote of the show so perfectly, which is, season 1 is like an internal battle and season 2 is like an external battle. And I feel like you really see the internal battle of like yearning, craving for someone, but not really having them because, you know, you're in the closet and stuff like that. I give a 10 out of 10! I just love how this show is really helping people come to terms with their sexuality and their identity. I just want to give one honorable mention is this documentary called Paris is Burning.
This film is a landmark 1990 documentary by Jenny Livingston that explores the vibrant underground drag ball culture in 1980s Harlem, focusing on African American and Latinx LGBTQ communities, their houses, and their fierce voguing competitions, while also confronting deep issues of race, class, gender, and poverty in America.
I feel like this is an iconic, it's not a romance, but it's like an LGBTQ documentary. It's like nostalgic, which I liked watching, and it speaks on social justice issues, talks about house culture, drag queens, and how the queer community kind of had safe spaces to be in, and you got to see these safe spaces and see the loving community that it fostered within it. You also see the issues that many drag queens or queer people have to go through with identity and potentially drugs or poverty, and kind of shows you that the queer community has come so far, but there's still stuff that we need to work on. I just really love how real and emotionally tearing this documentary is, but it also kind of, I don't know, it shows you the good sides, it shows you the bad sides, but you just love it all. I love this documentary. I would give it a 9 out of 10. You can watch it for free on YouTube, Tubi, or Plex. So this is a 31-minute video of me hyperfixating on the MLM content I love so much, but I hope you guys love them too. If you guys have any more recommendations, comment them down below to help our community, I hope you guys are loving the new channel and just kind of the content I get to like say. I feel more safe in this space and I feel like I can be myself, and I love you guys, and I hope everything is going out well. I hope this 2026 is bombing for you in a good way. Wait, I don't know if I should, girl, take care, my little eunoias. Bye.